You are watching the Armchair GM Podcast. There it is.
Hello.
Live for
Welcome
Kadri
to
Night.
Nazem Kadri's 1000th game.
Are you pumped up?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I was just telling the boys in the group chat there. Should be fun, and actually, I'm quite excited for this. Like, mostly because I know the clock's about to start on him getting traded, but also because it's nice to have these kinds of milestones sometimes. What's going on, KQ? Welcome in. 720 points in 1,000 games. That's not too bad.
It's okay. It's okay. No, he's obviously had a pretty decent career.
Yeah.
Are we hitting a 2-game winning streak tonight or what? First of the year.
I mean, Ash was saying that earlier, so it's quite possible. I don't know. I mean, what they did for Backlund's 1,000th game last year, or maybe it was the year before.
Oh yeah, I mean that wasn't great, was it?
That was awful. So I don't know if they stay true to history. Probably not that great, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Nazem was wearing earlier. I want one of those. Not
one of
that
those
I'm a fan
hats.
of white hats, but it's a different hat.
It's definitely a different hat. I don't know about the. I don't know what those are on the side. Are they supposed to be spearheads?
Diamonds, arrowheads, maybe spearheads. I don't know.
Yeah. Not the biggest fan of it, but that's okay. I'm pretty partial to my snapbacks, though. So
Yeah, fair enough. What's going on, Megan? Welcome in. Glad you joined us. Should be a fun game. I figured I'd head on to the Columbus subreddit and invite some people because we tend to get along pretty good with the Columbus fans. So glad you came.
so what do we figure? Either Calgary's going to go off, Kadri's going to score a hat trick, or it could possibly be number 23 for Columbus in Sean Monahan.
How about this, Megan? Meredith wins tonight.
Do you think she's in the? Oh no, she won't be in attendance, right? Not in Calgary.
She might be. You never know.
I doubt that. It wouldn't make sense.
Monahan. I think Monahan's going to go off. You know how it is with Calgary X Flames and playing against us.
Yep. If it's not first ever goal, first ever point, that sort of thing, it's X Flame star so and so with 4 points. It's like, awesome. Awesome.
Crazy
Awesome.
seeing how they fit a Kadri jersey on Adam Klapka.
He'd probably just wear his Kadri t-shirt that everybody was sporting on their way in.
It'll be fun. I'm looking forward. I miss having Monahan, man. Like as much as we'll probably get a pretty decent haul for Kadri whenever he does get traded, if he does get traded. You know, I still kind of wish we never traded Monahan. I wish they just let him heal and gave him like an extended period of time on LTIR to actually heal properly instead of treating him like a cap dump and getting rid of a first round pick. We could have just kept him and also had an aging center that wasn't Kadri.
Right. Right. That who would you have in his spot right now coming out of the Wranglers?
What do you mean?
If Kadri wasn't playing for the Flames this year, who would you have in his spot?
Well, Monahan.
Oh yes, I mean that's the scenario you're going. Okay,
Yeah. Like if we still had Monahan, we'd never traded him. If we never traded Monahan, we wouldn't have been able to afford Kadri, which was the whole reason they traded Monahan in the first place, was to open up the space to get Kadri, right?
How different would the team look, if that whole scenario didn't? I mean, obviously it all snowballed with Johnny and Kachuk, and then the trading off of Monahan to free up cap space to attempt to save face on some piss poor asset management.
You think Klapka's going to try and fight Oliver, Matt? Oh, Olivier. Yeah. Ooh, that would be I was just for some reason I thought you meant Oliver Shillington. I'm like, he's not on that team. I don't even know if he's still playing in the NHL. But
I don't doubt that.
I know he was playing on the Ducks to begin the season, but yeah, I mean, Olivier would absolutely ruin Klapka. Klapka's a big guy, can lay out some good hits, stand in front of the net real good, board battles, but his fighting skills is he just like wrestles guys down. He's not very good at actually fighting. I think he'd get absolutely ruined by Olivier.
Yeah, he would get his ass handed to him for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I love his energy. I like his big time hits. I like how he can bust up a play and as well as drive the net. But yeah, fighting's definitely not his thing, which is interesting for a guy of his size. Like, I think he needs to take some MMA lessons or boxing lessons or something,
just
right?
hang out with Tim Hunter for the year, for the off season.
Right. I mean, get Ryan Lomberg to teach him how to throw a punch, and then
who was it? Oh, there was a guy. Oh, the Arbor Jack guy. Or no, it was Matt Rempe. He spent a whole bunch of time with like George Larocque or something in the off season to learn how to play properly.
Oh yeah,
essentially just do that. Yeah, I would like Gradin to be into. If Kadri did get moved, Gradin would be a perfect guy to move up. I think you'd be able to feed him some more offensive minutes, and you'd be able to move probably Zeri over the center full time, and yeah, be able to split up those minutes pretty good. And Gradin would get lots of he'd get power play time and all that type of stuff. So that'd be fun. And yes, I do think Monahan's playing tonight.
I would think. I like it when KQ's in the chat because then I get to see that beautiful flaming mask of Yves Bellinger.
Yeah. We could have dumped Lucic, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember, and I don't have it up, but I'm pretty sure, didn't he have a full no move clause?
Maybe. Let's have a look, see if I can find it.
I think the only reason that him and Neil both agreed to be traded is because they were both struggling so bad, and fan bases and the teams didn't really like them anymore.
Right. His last 2 years, he had a modified.
Yeah.
For 21-22 and 22-23.
How many teams?
According to Cap Wages, the modified turned into submits a list of 8 teams he can be traded to.
Okay, that's not bad.
And then the final year was a 10 team that he could be traded to.
These tribute videos or whatever, most of them are pretty cookie cutter and kind of the same thing, but I always enjoy them. Even if it's a player I'm not a huge fan of, I pretty much always enjoy them.
Yeah, what's not to like of them, really? I mean,
yeah,
it's, as long as you can find, 3 minutes worth of highlights from a player, I'm all for it.
Well, I mean, I don't think if you played 1,000 games and you can't find 3 minutes worth of highlights.
Why is have to video him in an Avalanche jersey? What the hell's going on? Yeah, I'm only kidding. I get it.
Yeah. Well, that was his biggest year, right? When covered for
Yeah,
McKinnon
clearly.
when he was hurt and won the cup there.
Yeah. He has scored a few beauties, hasn't he?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that so many people love about him is those highlight reel goals. And that's one of the things that drives me nuts is like he's capable of doing that. But he tries to do that so often
Yeah.
when he shouldn't be. And when there's like a wall of defense and he just turns the puck over and they go down the other end and score. But no, you know, when he does score on them, it's always nice.
Yeah. I like what they did with the K for his name. The
They
one
did the
one
same
K.
thing with Backlund, eh? With the K on Backlund.
Oh right. Yeah, yeah. I think it's better at the beginning, but
Well, yeah. Kadri has been a damn good flame. It's a pity we'll never see him in the playoff run, I'm guessing, for us. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if we were still competitive, but it's not the most it's not the most
uh,
ridiculous thing that we're not because our team is just not that great, unfortunately. But well, that's a nice
no,
painting.
but I mean, had it gone closer to how it was projected when we picked him up, plus Huberdeau and Uyghur, and
Yeah,
I feel like I don't think they were a contender for the cup, but I feel like they could have easily have slotted into wild card spot and played some playoff minutes. I don't know that they would have gone very far. So at the time, I mean, I still think goaltending was an issue. So we had Markstrom and
Vladar.
Vladar, who has obviously turned into having himself a pretty decent year so far, which is good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the time, I think goaltending was pretty questionable in Calgary.
Yeah, Markstrom had those. He had like 1.5 years that were absolutely lights out, but he had like 2.5 years that were awful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like if you think about it, Kadri was like coming in kind of to be the 2C, right? Because we had Lindholm, and he was at the time coming off of that 82-point season, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Before he turned into a sulking individual. Keep it
yeah,
kid friendly for now.
he had a pretty bad year in Boston too, but he's having a much better year this year. He's been scoring quite a bit this year.
Yeah.
But I think what worried me about Lindholm in those days was his two-way play really was dropping off, and I think it was just a lack of give a fuck. Um,
Yeah, I agree.
it kind of worries me about Coronado because he was so good defensively last year, and like it's not that he doesn't give a fuck. He's trying his damnedest, but it's just not going very well.
Well, both directions, really.
Yeah,
He's struggling in three zones at the moment, which is unfortunate. I mean, he scored a couple, and which is good, but he looks lost on most plays in the offensive zone, and you're right. His defense right now is subpar.
yeah.
And it's not for a lack of trying. Obviously, we know his efforts there, but I don't understand. I don't fully understand what's going on with his game right now because he's regressed, unfortunately, or at least for the start of this season.
It's weird. Like I've seen, like don't get me wrong. I think a lot of the team, overproduced a little bit last year, but
Mhm. A little.
it's just weird to see Coronado and Uyghur. Like a bunch of them are actually good players, and they're just not playing well this year at all. Like
Mhm.
Uyghur's pretty awful this year, honestly, and it's hard to watch because I'm a huge fan of Uyghur. I think he's
Yeah.
probably the best skater on the team, but he's been really bad this year.
I suspect nobody's a bigger critic of his game than he is. I'm sure.
Oh,
I
100%.
mean, but yeah, it's been a struggle. Like right across the board, defensively has been a struggle. Obviously, Anderson continues to take steps
Backwards.
down. Perek, obviously, he's had his struggles in all three zones. Ball hasn't been the same guy as he was last year, and then I mean, was that leave as Bean and Hanley? So okay,
Neither of those guys are played very well this year either. People have been saying
no,
Bean's been playing better, but better from Bean's last year is still not good. Um,
yeah,
I'm gonna push
slightly
back
above
on Perek
average
though.
AHL.
I don't think he struggled near like his biggest thing to me is his skating, and that needs a lot of work. Don't get me wrong, but I'm huge on him becoming a hell of a player for us, and I'd like to see him get more chances. Like, there's no reason he should be scratched tonight when there's fucking 6 other defensemen who are also bad. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if they were going to protect his minutes and try and push him along as long as they could until burning the first year of his contract, then I get it. But now that moment has passed, so you might as well just throw him in, right? There's
yeah,
only one way to
exactly
learn how to
right.
play NHL minutes, and that's to play NHL minutes. So, I mean,
Thoughts on Huska?
that's on Huska for sure. I think being an ex defender, I haven't been impressed with his defense whatsoever. But he's made a few decent plays for sure, but in a whole game package, I think it's struggled position wise. Position wise on both ends of the ice, like he's out of position a lot in the offensive zone and definitely in the defensive zone. He struggles at holding the line when we're in the offensive zone, and he really struggles to get back into the play if he's out of his spot.
The struggling to get back into the play. So I'm going to give him credit for this. He tries really hard to get back into the play.
Mhm.
Like I said, he needs work on his speed. His skating edge work wise is really good, but his speed is really tough to watch. Um,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I think he's offensively in pretty good position. And when he's in the defensive zone, he's maybe not awesome. Like he's not great at it, obviously. But I mean, you'll watch Bean and you watch Anderson and you watch you watch all of them except for I guess maybe Hanley look lost every single play. Like they're just
Right.
always lost. I feel like I don't know. I just don't see why you wouldn't have Perek instead of Bean or instead of Hanley or instead of somebody, right? You're trying to
Yeah, I think it'd be Bean or Hanley, I guess, or potentially Bahal. I like Bahal and I like his game, so
I like
I'd
Ball too.
rather him in the lineup. So, but I think it's really only Bean and Hanley that, in my opinion, that you would be sitting out because
Oh,
you're
for
still
sure.
trying to showcase Anderson for potential trades. So I don't think sitting him is going to help his stock any.
No, and you're not
Um,
going to sit Uyghur, obviously. That I'm just saying
no,
they haven't been
exactly.
good.
Yeah,
Not that you're going to sit them.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
thoughts on Huska. I don't know. I thought he pressed all the right buttons this year or last year. Um, he got a lot of guys playing a lot better than they did the year before, but this year it's been line shuffle after line shuffle. It's been confusing scratch after confusing scratch. I think he's trying too hard and not letting anything build. Like he's not letting any chemistry build. He's too busy mixing everything up too much. And don't get me wrong, I get that you've got to mix stuff up when it's not working. But the first like 10 games of the season, he didn't even let anything like start to work. He'd mix it up halfway through first period, and then mix it up again to start the next game, and then mix it up again to start the next game. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Freaking frosty.
Beautiful. Nice.
Did you see that back check from Anderson when we got back into our zone there?
Yeah, he was
That
like
was-
kind of
was really
protecting. He
nice.
kind of looked like Zeri out there a little bit when Zeri does that. Except Zeri does it in the offensive zone. But and then this little fucking shrug off of the defender from Coronado too.
Mhm.
Beautiful, nice shot.
Nice tip.
Huberdeau has
Look at
been
that.
playing really well. I think he's been the only player that's consistently played well all season, like ever since he got back into the lineup.
Yeah, that's a great way to start. I mean, they've come out hopping, which is good. It's refreshing to see after how many times have we seen the Flames just come out like dog shit after some sort of a celebration of, thousands game or 500th point or whatever, right? Look at this.
Absolutely, like I was saying earlier with
Look at this.
Backlund's 1000th game. Oh, look at that!
All right, Craig, get on the phone. Let's pull the trigger on some trades tonight.
Fuck yeah!
The boys are hot. Let's make some capital. Here it is. Columbus thought they can come into
Pretty
our
much
yard.
Consistent pressure so far from the Flames. Nothing at all from the Blue Jackets, and the Flames have capitalized pretty quickly a couple times.
Yeah, they've pressed hard, which is refreshing. Now, is it sustainable? That's the question. Can they do this for, I don't know, let's say 45 minutes?
Like to see that. Yeah, Matt, I don't know what's going on, but you said wow about 30, 40 seconds before I saw the goal.
Yeah. This is what I get for watching the paid for stream of Sportsnet, which is trash, by the way. I feel like I should just get the IPTV going, and I would imagine I'd be right on time.
Yeah, I don't know why Sportsnet Plus has been so awful delay wise this year.
Did you hear what happened? Can't remember what game it was. Would have been Game 5 of the World Series, where like 6th inning, their service just went down for the rest of the game.
No, I didn't catch that.
Like it literally, like I'm just watching it, all of a sudden on the screen, it just shows up and says, "You're experiencing network difficulties. Please try again." Right? And I'm like, "No, my network's just fine."
Brutal.
Right. So then I even went on my phone, same thing. Turned Wi-Fi off, was on 5G, same thing. I'm like, no. So then I went on to X, and they were just getting ripped to freaking shreds. It was amazing.
Fucking championship series, like
Yeah. With the team that you own, like upgrade your servers. Like, how do you not have a backup?
the team that you own and the increase in the pay that like they increased the service subscription costs so much.
Like 30%.
Oh, it was at like 100%. It was
No, it wasn't.
almost double. It was
Man.
fucking awful.
I mean, I went from 250 to 350.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I managed to get in early. I used our other email and subscribed again instead of using my old one, and ended up getting it for last year's cost. So I'm okay with it, but still.
Yeah, this will definitely be my last year with them, I would say. I mean, their services are becoming worse and worse.
Yeah. Now you don't have to hold off on your celebrations. We'll We'll see
No,
it
we'll just turn
eventually.
your comments off. It's all good, man. You
Yeah.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Never tell you to not celebrate a Flames goal. Shit. You shouldn't have to hold back because of our shitty service.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I'll turn it on and say I'll turn it on for an 8 o'clock game, so I'll turn it on at 8 and it says 7:55. I'm like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
You're already starting off at a disadvantage here. Like, get your shit together. Play's definitely turning a bit more back and forth now, obviously, after the Flames came up pretty hot. Columbus has woken up a bit. Obviously, they maybe a little jet lagged from the flight. I don't know. The Flames definitely started out as the better team for the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean, shots are 5-1, but the Blue Jackets just had a couple of really strong one really strong one-timer opportunity that missed the net, and yeah, they're starting to buzz a little bit, and they've got
Yeah.
a lot of skill up front, and
Oh yeah,
in their blue line as well.
yeah,
Actually, so
yeah.
got to play some solid defense here, boys.
That's what the Flames do, baby. Defense.
I want to comment on
Look at
something
this.
Uyghur said the other day that drove me absolutely fucking insane.
All right, lay it on me.
Oh wow, that little move from Frost. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is it Frosty celebrating 1,000 games? Because I mean, he seems to want to celebrate something.
Yeah.
Shit, he's on a tear tonight so far. In the first 5 minutes, it's been the Frost show. I don't mind that. That's a great play.
Yeah. Frosty looks dialed in. Indeed, he's had a couple of really good opportunities and a nice little deflection goal.
And picks up the penalty for it too, or draws the penalty at the same time. Just love it.
I think Uyghur drew that one. Could be wrong. Either way, hopefully they actually use the power play like a power play.
Well, when you were talking about Huska, you kind of critiquing Huska there and how you felt about how he's been so far this year. I was going to chime in with the fact that this power play is abysmal, and I'm just really sick and tired of the drop back pass. Look at this. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. That'd be Wolfie.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm like 3 or 4 seconds off on you.
Yeah,
And that was Monty too.
yeah.
You have Monty with you? I can't see your thing's too small.
What kind of comment is that? Is that Monty? Monty's
Yeah.
here all the time. John Monaher.
Yeah, they're not doing that thing where they're using their power play like a power play, like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, there's no sense in doing that.
No, why would you want to do that? Why would 29th in the league be something you'd like to improve on?
So you're saying there's a chance. I mean, we're only 50 seconds into the power play and we haven't actually been in the zone yet.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, now we're getting set up a minute in. Be time for second power play team to get on the ice here pretty soon. Start this whole process again. There it goes. And let's change. Well done. Well done. Oh, Rasmus is ready to drop it back. There we go.
I'm gonna have to
All right.
refresh my thing. I'm so far behind. It's frustrating. Like we're using the same freaking service.
Right. Yeah, but you're further away from Toronto than I am, right? Because you're in Revelstoke, so
Yeah.
it takes a while. It takes longer for the signal to get there. It's got to come through the mountains. The air is thicker there because it's higher and it's
It's also been
humid.
snowing all day, so everything's thick.
Yeah, that's right. Jesus Christ. There it is. And great. That's exactly how you want to be on the power play, is down 1-0.
Yep.
For fuck's sake.
Marchenko's such a fucking underrated player.
Yep.
He's so good. I'm gonna refresh this and see
I
if
don't
it speeds up a little bit.
I don't know what Anderson was doing there, or thinking he was going to be doing there, but that's not how you play defense. That's simply not going to cut it.
Yeah. I mean, has Anderson played defense at all in the last 2 years?
I mean, in my opinion, no.
Yeah.
But man, that beauty stare after he scores is great.
Yeah, that's where all of his value's coming from.
Yep. Yeah. All his value is coming from Christmas YouTube videos.
Oh, that was awful. I forgot about that.
I can't believe I sat through the whole thing. It was like fucking 12 minutes. I was like, he's got to do something different. Surely something's going to happen.
He just
I
stares at
got
you
to
the
the
whole
end,
time.
and I just felt cheated out of many minutes.
I can't believe you actually watched the whole thing.
Wow, just anticipation. I think it must have been a Boxing Day thing. I had nothing else going on that day, just sitting there, hanging out with the family and drinking coffee and Baileys or something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. No, I'm curious how everybody feels about the lineup decisions with Zane Parekh being out and all that type of stuff.
I can't believe they don't have Kirkland in the lineup. What the fuck is Huska doing?
Is he not in the lineup? I thought he was in the lineup.
No, it's a common mistake because he's normally invisible anyways. So you just assume he's on the lineup every game because you don't see him any game.
Fair enough.
Like even his shootout thing isn't working at all this year. He's had 2 attempts and 0 goals. So I mean, he's
Shocking
running out
revelation
of.
when somebody's entire game is a shootout and he's got one move. Goalies will scout that. I'm shocked.
They'll figure that out eventually, right?
Yeah. It's been a pretty good game though so far. Flames came out pretty hot and then scored a couple goals and then went on the power play and decided that their power play was going to do what it's done all year and just completely destroyed their momentum. And the Blue Jackets came back and scored a shorty. Really nice little speed burst by Marchenko there.
Yeah, we managed 0 shots in that 2 minutes. We're a -1 on the power play, so that's good news. And I think Wolf would like to have that back because I wasn't very powerful from little Dustin.
Yeah, they
It
definitely could
was
have had that one.
just kind of sliding back instead of staying firm and keeping his spot.
And a little bit of action. The Flames started off really well. But I wanted to get back to what I was saying about Uyghur when I think it was after last game. Yeah, last game against Philly. One of the guys, I think it may have been Francis or someone, asked Uyghur about how boring the team plays. Straight up asked him about how boring the team plays, and Uyghur basically said, "Yeah, that's Flames hockey. We got to. That's how we have to play." And I was like, "Oh, like yeah, I'm gonna watch the games, but like I'd like to be excited sometimes."
I don't see how that's how the Flames have to play when our defense is abysmal.
Yeah.
we struggle at putting the puck in the net generally. Like, if anything, how they need to play is more upbeat
Yeah.
to force the plays, right? I mean, you can't just. Flames are the only team in the league that will try and protect a lead that they don't have.
That's so accurate. I love that. That was a nice little double shrug off by Huberdeau. He's really turned, and I know that we've been saying this for like a year now, but he's really turned into somewhat of a power forward. Like he shrugs guys off a lot. Like he uses his body in more of a physical manner, like not even hitting, but just protecting the puck a lot better than he ever did when he was in Florida.
Yeah, he's learned how to use his body in that fashion, right? For sure. He's always been a strong person. He's
Yeah.
strong on the puck. He's strong in the corners, always has been. But now he's learning how to be, strong up close to the net and
Nice save from Wolf there.
yeah.
I've liked Kuznetsov so far. He's looked pretty good.
I mean,
just kind of staying in the position he's supposed to be in, and he got one really nice opportunity on that.
mhm.
It would be nice to see Kadri get on the board today. As much as I'm not a huge fan of him, it would be nice, you know?
Yeah, get him something, right?
You know?
If he gets on the board, it's going to be one of those float around doing circles and then the spin around and just chuck it at the net goals that he
You think
does
so?
6 times a game, and his score is one every 10th game.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a solo rush. It's kind of his thing. Get tunnel vision and forget that he has teammates, and then just try and get to the net.
An unnecessary solo rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Trouba's not on the ice, he really likes doing that when Trouba's on the ice. So
Did he just run right into his crest?
yes, doesn't even make defenseman move; he just runs into him.
Yeah. Oh, Hanley, buddy. Got to be aware of your surroundings.
Oh, oof!
Yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't a
indeed.
very smart puck play there by Hanley, but Wolf seems to be dialed in after that not very strong goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That nice save on Johnson, and then there was a nice little deflection play by Fantilli that he got to that was really really a good opportunity.
yeah. Yeah, it's the game's definitely evened itself out here for sure. And if the Flames are going to continue to make defensive mistakes, it's going to be a tough go for Wolf because he's certainly not playing at the same caliber as he was last year. I think he'll likely finish off the season strong, but seems to be taking him a bit to get there so far. Not that he's played bad, he just hasn't been as good, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I don't know if we've talked since then because I was out of town for a week there, so we haven't really done a show for a little bit. But I'm curious how you feel about the whole scratching Coronado situation that happened. Like maybe what was it, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago?
Mhm. Um, I think given his play leading up to the first scratch, for sure, it was warranted, and I wish that coaches did more of it, no matter what your stature is, what your contract is, and stuff like that. You either show up and compete fully to your ability, or you can watch a game in the stands. So I don't really have that much of an issue with sitting him. I I still think there's other players that should be sitting as well, but it all depends on how the player responds to it, right? He responded really well to being sent down to the AHL last year.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's necessarily responded in the same way because he hasn't really come out with the same oomph as you would expect after sitting a game or two. I feel like maybe the conversation within the room isn't great because I don't feel like it's being received.
A weird thing that I noticed is, I mean, he came back and was on the fourth line the one game, and like Coronado should just not be a fourth line. Same with Zary, right? Both of those guys just shouldn't be fourth liners, unless you're
Right.
going to have a fourth skill line, which we don't. We have Lomberg and Klapka on the fourth line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I agree with you when it comes to scratching him in the first place. Like he was, and like I'm not even exaggerating here. He was actually awful, like awful
Yeah.
for the first 8 or 9 games or whatever it was before he got scratched. And like I think he's been better, but still not great. He had that one nice play that led to a goal tonight, which was nice. But yeah, I agree with you. I wish the standard that Huska holds Zary and Perek and Coronado to, I wish he'd hold, you know, Kadri and Coleman, and like Coleman's been good pretty much all year too, but you know, Hanley and Uyghur and Anderson too as well. Like nobody should be um, invincible to a healthy scratch if they've been playing like shit for a long
Yeah.
time. And
Yeah, agreed.
honestly, I
Nobody
thought
should be immune.
after game 8 or 9, Kadri probably should have had a game off. But then he's been really good ever since. So you know,
Right.
Farabee after 5 or 6 games probably could have had a game off. You know, it shouldn't just be the you know 18 to 23-year-olds getting a game off for making mistakes and for not playing super well and whatever. It should be everybody. If you're not playing well, you should get a healthy scratch.
Yeah.
And it was weird how they
That
did it with Zary too, because I found Zary was not good for the first whatever it was 10 games of the season, and then they put him on a line with what was it, Sharon Govich and I can't remember who it was.
Govich and Farabee, maybe.
Yeah, actually, I think that sounds right. And he looked really good. I think it was 2 games worth of that. He looked really good. They all looked good together. They were buzzing around out there, and they gained chemistry, and they were all working super hard. And then they scratched him. So I don't get why. Like I would have got if they scratched him 3 games before they did, but they waited until he started playing well before they scratched him, and then they scratched him for a couple games. That confused the
Right.
shit out of me.
Yeah, Huska's made some really strange moves this year. Even like, do you remember? Was it last year? I think it was last year. You know, everybody was brought into this zone coverage, and it really fucked everybody because that's just not how the NHL is typically played.
Yeah,
And then now this year he's completely reverted away from that and gone back to more of a man style where you cover your guy plus your area, and that sort of thing, right? You cover like a side opposed to a section of the ice.
yeah,
And I feel like that's has a lot to do with the defensive struggles for a couple of the guys here is they spent a year or two playing a certain system, and
completely changed it.
and yeah, then it was completely changed, and then to almost to the point where it doesn't appear that there is a system being played at some games.
I 100% agree with that.
Mm.
And that's kind of maybe a better way of saying what I was saying earlier, where a lot of the defensemen look lost. They don't know who to cover, and they'll be covering somebody, and then they'll just like completely leave that guy open for no apparent reason to go chase somebody else. But that they're leaving a guy open in front of the net, like they
Mhm.
just, and then they'll look back and realize what they did, and then like almost half go back and half not, and then they're just lost in no man's land. I find
Yeah.
Anderson has done that lots this year. I find Ball has done it a couple times. Bean has done it a lot. Uyghur's doing it quite often, although I think Uyghur's struggles are mostly bad pitches this year. But Matt says
Yeah.
Huska is a get the most of an average group type of coach, not a development or a rebuild coach. I think
Yeah.
he was a good development coach in the AHL, but it's so much different. I agree with you. Because you can play those young guys a little bit more in the AHL because they're playing against other young guys a lot of the time, anyways. So you can play them more. I mean, I think you can play them more than he's playing them in the NHL too. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was happy with Huska last year, and I'm just, I don't know. It's pretty fucking horrible this year. Honest, it's really hard to defend any of his decisions. Like I defend the Coronado scratch, but that's probably about the only move he's made this year at all that I can defend at all.
Yeah. Well, then he scratched Sharon Govich for a game or two as well, and which I mean I'm not heartbroken over that either.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm not heartbroken over any of the scratches. I mean, I don't think there has been a single Flames player that has gotten through this portion of the season without deserving some popcorn in the presser, right?
Yeah,
But it's easy to critique stuff like that one because we haven't had a successful year. Um, but there's also
that's
been a
true.
reason why we haven't had a successful year. Actually, you know what? Now that I just kind of look up and see him with the puck and watch him work in the corners and just kind of mix it up and get things going. Hanzek has had a really strong season, in my opinion. He's had a couple of games where he hasn't been as strong, but there hasn't been anything, in my opinion, that would warrant him sitting
Well,
at all.
I agree.
And I did just say that pretty much everybody has deserved to be sitting at some point this year, and I would take that back in regards to number 29 and number 10.
Yeah, Coleman too. Coleman had a really bad. Oh, excuse me, a really bad preseason, but I think his regular season has been very strong. And I agree with you
Yeah.
on Hanzek. His board battles, his I think he's learned to use his size and his strength a lot better than he had last year. And that's what's
Yeah.
kept him up. He's, like I said, board battles and net drives and stuff like that. He's staying on his feet a lot more than he did last year. And that's what's allowing him to stay up.
Yeah, I feel like he did some good training through the off season too, where he seems stronger, upper
Mhm.
body and on his feet. I think
I agree.
I think he worked hard this year to be able to seize this opportunity and actually make the team out of camp and continue on, right? Like I think he hasn't looked out of place at all, in my opinion, in any scenario, which has been great. I'm really happy with him finally showing that he's put in the work and deserves a spot, opposed to, hey, I was a first rounder and I probably should play, but I haven't deserved it.
It, it's funny you mentioned that after watching that shift or during watching that shift, and then they replayed his entire shift, saying
Yeah.
exactly what you just said.
I don't have the sound on. That's really funny.
Yeah, Kelly was just saying pretty much exactly what you said about his size and strength.
Nice. Nice.
This will be Huska's third year in a row not making playoffs while trying to make them in all 3 years. I wouldn't be turfing him just yet, but he should be on the shakier ground than he seemingly is. Well, they extended him, right? Like his extension hasn't kicked in, and like they did fire Sutter after they extended him before his extension kicked in. But I don't think that's something they want to do with 2 straight coaches, even if they should. Um, I also don't know who's available, who would be better than Huska. I'm sure there's somebody I'm not thinking of right now, but I definitely don't think he should be thinking he's got job security. The thing is, though, when it comes to not making the playoffs 3 years in a row, he's got a team that's not going to make it. Like you can be the best coach in the world, and this team isn't good enough to make the playoffs, in my opinion.
Okay.
But you know, I do agree he should be on shakier ground than he is. Have to see if Honzek can play center at some point. I'm not. I don't think he's played much because he played center. I think his first year in the playing for the Vancouver Giants in the WHL, I believe. Then I think they switched him to wing and played Lipinski, I think, at center. And I think he's pretty much been mostly like 90% of the time he's been a winger since. So I think they've kind of developed him as a winger. But I would like to see that as well because I think his two-way play is strong enough to be a center, and he's got the big body for it. I don't know about the face-offs, but he can't be worse. Like we've got one player coming into this who's higher than 51 on the face-offs, and that's Kirkland.
Right.
Ross is at 51, Backlund's at 49, Zeri's at 42, and Sharon Govich is at like 15 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, he shouldn't be taking draws.
He shouldn't be at center at all. He should be on
No.
the wing loading up one-timers. Big shot block by Klapka.
Thank God, because Wolf didn't seem to know where that was.
He had no fucking clue where that was. He was frozen. But yeah, like at this point, see that this is my thing with how this team is built, Matt. When it comes to seeing if Hansek can play center, like we've had games where Morgan Frost, who is a guy who has never played the wing in his life, playing the wing, right? We've got to ship off Kadri soon. We've got to see what we have in like try Hanzek at center, try Zeri at center more often. We have to see what we have in some of these guys. We just don't have the roster space. Speaking of which, Zeri just won that face off. But yeah, that's my opinion on it anyways. Like we've just got to be, especially if we're going to be last in the league, like try players in different positions, like not in different positions, but try players in their natural positions. Like Zeri is a natural center. Hanzek was a center when you drafted him. Try these guys, right? Why not?
Yeah.
You don't have to stick with it if you don't want to, but
I still think is Karen's a center?
yes,
Rory
he
Cairns?
played the wing when he was playing in Calgary, like for the
Yeah.
Flames, but he's been a center for the Wranglers, I believe. There, he should have passed that puck,
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, like try Karen's. Karen's had what was it, 5 points in 7 games or something like that, playing basically third, fourth line minutes when he came up. Like, why is he not? Why is he not on the team? You know, like
Yeah.
what did he do to deserve not being on the team?
Yeah, that was kind of my frustration where, he's getting sent down and and we're keeping up guys like Kirkland and stuff like that. Like to me, if we're trying to build for the future, we have to get rid of the dead weight, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, the Kirkland story is fun and all, and it's great, it's touching, it's all that, but it's meaningless, right? When it comes to
Completely.
professional sports. Like it doesn't do anything for the Flames. Like
The
I get it.
vibes
Like
are
you
good,
can
and like
you
don't
know,
get me wrong, he is a vibes guy as well. But like at this point, the vibes were high last year, and we have the same team, and
yeah,
the vibes aren't high anymore, right? So
right.
maybe prioritizing skill for a little bit, or youth for a little bit, or whatever, instead of just pounding away on these 26, 27 to 35-year-old fucking veterans all game
Yeah.
long, every game. Like,
Yeah.
develop
Yeah,
these
there's no
kids here.
there's no reason why Kirkland shouldn't be playing in the Wranglers system right now. Like it just doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
You mean there's no
Like
reason he
it,
should
it-
be in the Wranglers? He should be up.
no, like I'm saying he should be playing for the Wranglers, not playing for the Flames.
Karen's or Kirkland?
Kirkland.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
Karen's. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, and don't get me wrong. Again, I don't mind Kirkland most of the time, and he is the only player who's got higher than 51 faceoffs. Actually,
Sure.
I believe other than Klapka, who's at 100%, but I think he's only taken one or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. As much as I like a guy who can win us some faceoffs, I also like a guy who can put the puck in the net, and Kirkland is just not that.
No, exactly.
Or
Exactly.
a
I
guy
mean, there
who
was
can make a skill play, or what, like you can't expect the young guys to fill the net. Like sometimes they will maybe, but like one thing that the young guys do that guys like Kirkland don't is they will try something exciting and skillful and whatever, right?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why your fourth line has to be like a force. You know what I mean? Not in today's NHL. You don't need, big strong guys. So why not put some skill on there? You know, like
But
why don't
we
you
need
drop Farabee down to the fourth so it puts Karens in a position to play on the third or second line, right?
Yeah. No,
You know,
no, I agree. Or Gradin. It would be nice to see Gradin back up. I thought he was
totally.
playing very well. I didn't think he deserved to be sent back down. What's going to happen
Yeah.
when? Oh, I want to get into this too. What's going to happen when uh, Martin Pospisil comes back? More guys are going to get sent down, and it's not going to be uh, Justin Kirkland probably, even though it should be.
It should
I know you're a
100%
fan
be
of
him,
that
right?
player, but the Flames have been preaching on the like when they're in the media, they have been preaching they need to score more and they need to take less penalties. Well, Martin Pospisil scored 4 goals and took a metric fuck ton of penalties last year. So he is the opposite of what the Flames need to bring in right now.
Right. The I mean, I would still have him over.
Lomberg,
Sure,
yeah,
Kirkland, Lomberg. Mm.
yeah. Like if he's replacing one of those guys, sure, but the way Husk has been doing it, he's going to replace Derry or he's going to replace fucking Coronado or he's like Honzek is going to go down or some fucking dumb shit, right?
I don't think he makes the call on who gets sent to the Wranglers, though, does he? I think that's going to be
No,
more
he
of a.
doesn't. But I'm sure if he's going to scratch players over and over and over, then Conroy will send them down. He's going to scratch
Mhm.
a guy like Honzek, let's say. I don't know if he will, but yeah.
Well, Hall had more penalty minutes than than um than Pospisil did last year, and like Kadri just had a few less.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me started on Kadri and his penalties and his
Mhm.
lack of defense and all of the things I don't actually really like about the player. But
Yeah, and
you said
obviously
Ball?
Pahal had in
Oh,
Pahal
Pahal. Yeah.
had inflated
I mean,
numbers because
Pahal also
he
fought.
fights, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure Pospisil probably fought a couple times as well,
He
once
did.
maybe,
Yeah.
but he can't fight all the time, right?
No, he's not great at it. I mean, he's willing to do it because he doesn't back down from much. It's
It's the
amazing that
consistency,
Lomberg
man.
only had 57 minutes in the penalty box last year. With I felt like he was fighting every third game. Lomberg
Yeah,
actually didn't have as many penalty minutes as Anderson.
that's crazy.
Anderson had 60 minutes and minus 38.
Yeah, awful numbers.
Yeah.
And yeah, Lomberg had 57.
Now, after 81 games, I know, as you said, Pospisil scored 4 goals, 21 assists, 25 points, but he was a +3. He's like
Yeah,
Braden Bahal +5. Like, how the hell? Right? Uyghur +18.
the
Backlund
way this
+4.
team was last season, man, like you have Kadri at -17 and Uyghur at +18. Like Kadri starts in the offensive zone all the time. How and Uyghur starts in the defensive zone all the time. How does Uyghur have a bunch of
Yeah.
+18 and Kadri's -17? Like the giveaways,
He's just
man,
a
the
better
fucking
player.
giveaways.
He's just a better player. He's just more responsible with the puck.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really is glaring, isn't it? Because
yeah,
you are right. Because Uyghur plays a lot of tough minutes in his own zone. Obviously, power play and penalty kill aren't included in the plus minus, but I mean, for him to be +18 while Kadri is -17 after 67 points is
and
just
plus
uh,
minus isn't like the be all end all stat. I'm not going to sit
no,
here and harp on plus minus all the time.
no, not at all.
Mention it sometimes when it's glaring, like when people who get similar ice time and are important players on the team, one guy has +18 and another guy has -17 and another player has -38.
Mhm.
That's a glaring thing. When and I say this all the time, it's going to annoy people that I say this all the time, but Erik Karlsson had like -20 and 101 points one year. What a great defenseman. What a fucking awesome defenseman.
Yeah,
How many goals do you
I,
have to be on the fucking ice to be a -20 or whatever it was and have
I think
100
I think in his defense he had like 43 points on the power play, but
still.
still,
That's still being on the ice for way more goals against 5 on 5, right?
yeah, that means you're on the ice for more than 80 points or 80 goals against.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Yeah. And that
Every
doesn't count
man,
that also doesn't count shorthanded, not that he would have been playing shorthanded. But anyways,
right?
that's enough about Erik Karlsson.
Yeah, yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
I was happy to have gone a long stretch of time without thinking about Erik Karlsson, and I think I haven't thought about him since the last time you brought him up.
Yeah, probably. One thing that stands out too is the second place guy on the team last year for plus minus was Joel Hanley. And yeah, he played with Uyghur, but he also only played 53 games. So I think that really puts it into perspective how much Joel Hanley helped Uyghur last year. And I don't think he's been nearly as good. Like Hanley's been all right this year. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's been as good as he was last year.
No,
Which is fine.
no,
Like
of
he's not
course not.
making that kind of money, but he's playing like a waiver claim this year, whereas last year he played like a legit top 4 player.
Whoa! Calm down. Let's.
I think he played like a pretty good shutdown top 4 player last year.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so jarring seeing Brent Tron on the
I think
panel.
it's great. He just looks like a kid. He just doesn't know what to do with himself. I think it's
He's
awesome.
fucking hilarious. He's
I
awesome
don't.
on the
I,
radio. He's easily my favorite person to listen to on the radio.
yeah, I don't think Hanley is a top 4 defender on any team in the NHL,
He's not.
including.
He played like it
In, in,
last year for 50 games, but he's never has before, and he's not ever going to be again. He's like I said, this year he's playing like a waiver claim, not like a top 4 player. He played like a top 4 player last year.
yeah.
Outlier.
Outlier indeed.
And it got him a contract, right? Like it's not like we're paying him too much. I can't remember what we're paying him. Let me check.
Joel Hanley.
What's that?
Holy 1.75 for 2 years.
Yeah.
Just once again proving Craig to be inept in the middle of talking about how we're going to get younger and get faster and score more goals.
Yeah, I mean, a guy,
You know what this
a
team needs?
guy who plays on your
34-year-old.
for 1.75 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm not upset by the contract. I wouldn't be upset. Like it's not like it's. I'm sure he would get claimed if you waived him. I'm sure, you know, somebody would trade for him if you tried to get rid of it. Like it's not an immovable contract. There's nothing overly bad about that contract, in my opinion.
Do
Other
you know what's
than
overtly bad about the contract? Is we have 4 fucking guys playing for the Wranglers right now that should be playing on the Flames.
I was about. If you would have let me finish,
That's
that's where I was going.
that's why the contract is absolutely bullshit and should
Maybe not
never have
before,
happened.
but I 100% agree that Parekh. Well, I mean, I think Parekh should be playing every game. I think Verstevich looks very ready. He's been absolutely insane in the AHL this year. He's been very good. Matt, have you been watching any Wranglers games? It seems like some of the comments, it seems like you've been watching. Um, I've heard really good things, but I don't have really any way to watch them. So I'm curious how you feel about Verstevich's game this year. I've heard really good things. Mike Gold has been telling me some really, really good things about how Verstevich is playing up and down the ice this year. Hopefully,
Yeah, I'm going to step out. I'm going to step out for a second before the second starts.
Yeah, it'd be quick.
Right. Just highlights. Yeah. That's where I'm at too, Matt. I don't know, for whatever reason I haven't been able to get to a Wranglers game this year. I really wish I could get off my ass and get in there. It's been a busy year so far, but
yeah, I'd like to get down to a Wranglers game too. The thing is, they don't make it down to Calgary all that often. I live in BC. I was just in Canmore for the week visiting with my family, but I live in BC now, so I don't get down there super often.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
If I
Matt's
lived there,
in
I'd be going to
Australia.
Wrangler games all the time. Yeah, step out
Yeah.
for your smoke, man.
Yeah. Well, Matt's in Australia, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Isn't he? There's like two or three guys who were in here a couple of lives ago that
Yeah.
were really really good contributors to the show. It was a lot of fun. I think
hmm
he's in Australia.
hmm
That's cool. What he needs is the AHL channel. Then he can. Yeah, Melbourne. Nice, nice. All right, I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Well, thanks everybody for joining. Make sure you let your friends know. Get some more people in here. Had a few more people in here earlier. Hopefully, they're just gone for the intermission here. Nobody really wants to listen to Eric Francis talk anyway. That's a pretty interesting thing they did for Kadri. Well, obviously they get they all got him a gift, but he got all of the players on the team a golf club with the little 1K symbol on it, which is pretty cool. All right, looks like the second is about to start. Do we have any predictions? I I'd like to see the Flames pull this one out, but I do kind of feel like they're going to go into the third period up and kind of give it away. That's kind of how I feel it's going to go down. I'd like to be wrong though, because as much as I'm on team rebuild, I would not be super duper pumped if we just lost every game. Very fussy. You think it's an OT loss, eh? I should check the scores of the other games because I know there was one game that had some bearing on our. Oh yeah, the Blues. Ooh, the Blues got fucking owned. Yeah, the Blues are, I think, only 2 points up on us, with one game in hand going into tonight. So again, you don't want the Flames to lose every game, but it would be nice for us to get a really high level, top quality prospect out of this draft coming up. The Sharks are up. That's good to see. All right, let's get this on the go. Puck drop for the second period is about to go down. Just checking my. Chris and I are actually facing each other in our fantasy league this week, so I am up by just a little bit. Lots of time to go. I'm curious how you all feel about Hanzek so far this year. Like, I'm obviously not putting up a whole ton of points or anything like that. Got his first goal, but personally, I've been a pretty big fan of just oh 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 what a nice save by Wolf. He probably could have handled the rebound a little bit better, but he got on it, and that's all that counts. Um, I can't remember where I was there. Oh yeah, Hanzek. I think he's been playing really well defensively, and I think he's been playing again, like I said earlier, using his body really well. He learned how to use the frame in the off season. It seems like, and playing in the AHL last year, it seems like he really learned how to use his body against men, and he's actually keeping the puck on his stick and staying up a lot more. But I'm curious how you guys feel about Sam Hanzek so far this year. Throw it in the comment section. Hello, Dark Fear. Ooh, we got a Ducks fan in here, it looks like. Wolpitz had to be pretty sharp in the early going. It's good to see. Chris just went out for a smoke for all of you who just joined us. Welcome in. Curious if you guys have been enjoying the game as well. Make sure you let us know. Here to chat some hockey. If you are a Ducks fan, Dark Fear, I gotta say I'm really impressed with the Ducks this year. Leo Carlson has been exactly as advertised. Cutter Gauthier is really lighting it up. Defense has been a little rough, but for the most part, I think. I mean, last I checked, I think it was 2 days ago they were first in the league. Yeah, not sure how long you've been a Ducks fan or how long you've been a hockey fan, my friend, but it's nice. It must be nice to be seeing all those young, high quality prospects really come up and do some contributing to the team. We, as Flames fans here, that's something we're really looking forward to in the next few years coming up here. But also, it's hard to be super up on the Ducks. Just being a Flames fan of a certain vintage and losing like whatever it was, 20 games in a row in the fucking Honda Center was just awful. That was just a really bad time. The Honda Center curse. I like Honzek. I think he's been pretty good this year. I'd like to see him develop in the Backlund style defensive center. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Would be nice to see them. I mean, they got to move Kadri first, but they've got to develop some of these young centers or young players. You know, at least try them at center. Like we got Sharon Govich taking a face-off. He's at 13%. He's never been a good center. Why are we still doing this? You know what I mean? Like, why aren't we trying somebody else? Why do they keep putting Sharon Govich in center? Makes no sense. Looks like the Blue Jackets really looks like the Blue Jackets have really come into this period a little bit hot and started to tie up the shots. They just tied up the shots, 13-13. Wolf is playing all right. Don't want to fall. Deadly Flames doesn't want to fall to 3-10. Let's win this game. Are you on Team Rebuild, Team Tank, or what's going on there, Deadly Flames? I'm guessing you're on Team Playoffs. Just reading that comment, I could be wrong though. Or maybe you're just on Team Rebuild, but you don't want to lose every game, kind of like me. I think if Coleman put that one in, that would have been challenged on offside. I think Coleman went offside there. Don't know how you guys feel about that. I don't know if there's still any Columbus Blue Jackets fans in here, but if there is, I'm curious how you feel about Monahan because I know everybody's super excited about Fantilli. I drafted him in one of my fantasy leagues this year because I thought that he was going to take one of those spots away from on Power Play One, based on how he played when Monahan was out last year. But I don't know. I'm such a big Monahan fan. I'm still upset that we got rid of him in the manner we did. I think that was handled just terribly by Flames management at the time. You're more for McKenna, but you just don't want to lose any more games, if it makes sense. Yeah, it's hard to watch a bunch of losses, especially when the team's playing boring. I don't think they played very boring tonight, but in general, this season's been boring. It's been hard to watch. I'm okay with losses if there's something to cheer for. You know what I mean? That's where I am this year and probably for another year or two. But ooh, oh, Wolf. That's vintage Dustin Wolf right there.
Vintage in year two. Boom.
Yeah.
Solidifying his legacy.
I don't know what the shots were when you left, Chris, but the Blue Jackets are up in shots now. And quite a few of them have been kind of like that. They kind of just completely came out flat, the Flames did this period. And yes, Matt.
Henley just getting undressed.
Yeah. Still salty we lost Sean Monahan. I mean, I don't think you were in here when I said it earlier, Deadly Flames, but the way that they handled that whole situation, trading Monahan and a first just so they could overpay Kadri for too long, until he's fucking 38 or whatever. Like, I know a lot of people are big fans of Kadri, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, just let Monahan have some time off and heal, and you're not wasting a first round pick to get rid of him.
Mhm.
He's still putting the puck in the net. He's still scoring. Like, he just needed time off. He needed time to heal, man. Like,
Yeah, he had some real bad
I don't know if you
injury.
guys remember, but that year, Sean Monahan couldn't walk. Johnny Gaudreau was walking him from his vehicle to the ice surface every day. Monahan also, he was having hip problems, a center having hip problems, a center having multiple wrist surgeries that weren't properly recovered from. Like, you you need your hips to swivel. You need your hands to score. You need your hands to take faceoffs. Like, I don't understand. They should have just put him on IR for a bit and let him fucking chill, man. Let him heal and rehab properly.
Yeah, that was always my biggest issue with Monahan. Obviously you love his desire to play and his grit and his, wanting to be out there for his teammates and all that, which is, it's great. That's what you want your players to be like. But so many times, come near end of the season, he just shouldn't have been out there at all. Just continuing to aggravate injuries, and he had like 3 years in a row where he was just nursing something at all times, and it just yeah.
No, I agree. How many more terrible shifts until Huska decides to bring out the old Jeff Ward blender? There's been 6 straight minutes of awful shifts.
Yeah, I was gonna say he usually likes to start tossing into the blender 7 minutes into shit. So I feel like after not this line, but the next line kind of goes out, and we'll see some differences.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be anything worth noting, I don't think. And I certainly don't think it's going to be anything that's going to charge them up and, anything like that. Like, if anything, what he should do is just call a timeout and be like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna
we were
scroll up and say
we were
maybe this
looking
is,
good.
see if I can find what Matt said. Yeah, there it is. Well, Klopp could try something silly like fighting Olivier. Maybe.
Yeah.
Seems like they could use
Well,
a
yeah.
fight.
we could use something, right?
Yeah.
We need a big hit or something, right? Something to charge them, something to get them going.
They've been flat all period. They've barely got past the center line.
But that being said, so far this year, how well have the Flames responded to something happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, have they really responded to it? I don't think so.
No.
I don't know that it's good. I don't know that, a fight or a big hit or even just a weird, odd man rush, like what's about to happen here. Like, or a goal from 91, right?
Nazem Kadri.
Why not that?
Yeah, perfect. That's what you like to see from number or Mr. 1000.
How many times do you see that,
Completely
right?
unselfish play from Farabee.
Yeah. How many times do you see that, right? The play is being dominated in your own zone. Your goaltender is keeping you alive, giving you a chance to win. All of a sudden, you take a bad pass or a bad hop and you capitalize on it, which is great. It's usually not the Flames that are on the receiving end of this, so I'm pretty excited about what I saw there, to be honest. And that's exactly what Farabee should have done there, right? Because I don't think he's going to be scoring.
He scored a couple times recently, but yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, but I don't think he's scoring on
will do it for the momentum thing. Hopefully.
Yeah, I sure hope
nice
so.
To see the Flames pull out a W here.
Farabee's not scoring goals one-on-one with an NHL goalie, I don't think, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's getting that goal. He's good at mucking it up and getting weird bounce goals and,
I wouldn't say he's good at it. I'd say he just has done it a couple times recently.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and by good at it, meaning he doesn't have anything else in his arsenal.
Yeah.
It was good.
Oh.
6.5 full minutes of lopsided hockey to end up in the right direction for the Flames.
Yeah.
Certainly don't see that often.
Can I ask you something, Chris? You have Jet Greaves and Elvis Merzlikins on your fantasy team, right?
Sorry, say that again. Who and who?
You have Jet Greaves and Elvis Merzlikins on your fantasy team?
Let me check here. I think you're right.
We're facing each other this week, so I do believe you do.
I don't think I do. Say that.
You don't?
Say that again. No, I don't think I have either one.
You don't have Jet Greaves? I thought you had Jet Greaves. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. Sorry, I do.
Oh, no, you have Jet Greaves and Spencer Knight. But Knight's been playing pretty good for you.
I mean, yeah, at times, I guess, right?
Do you guys think Kadri's going to get traded soon? Do you think that this, because I know there was the rumor about them not wanting to engage in trade talks until his 1000th game had been completed.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, I don't specifically think he's going to be traded right away. I think they're probably going to wait for a little bit unless he asks to be traded. But
Right.
I have a really hard time believing Conroy will do anything that he's not forced to do by via a expiring contract. I hope
Mhm.
I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. Oh, Adam Klapka.
See
Beautiful.
that?
Yeah,
See that? Kadri's goal got them going.
yeah.
That's right. That should do it indeed.
The big man scores.
He's so good at scoring like the third, fourth, fifth goal. No, I'm kidding. Klapka really is what an easy goal. Like what the hell?
I don't. I love how he jumped. I'm
Yeah.
not huge on him being a top liner. I don't.
No. No,
I,
definitely not.
I don't like really when he gets put up there, but I think he's a really, really strong bottom six player, and I think that I'd like to see him be a bottom six player for the Flames for a long time because I think he's very effective at what he does.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've got all day for Adam Klapka, to be honest with you. I mean, he's really taken charge of his opportunity to be a full timer, you know.
Yeah.
Wherever they've slotted him, I think he's been reasonably effective. Like he's never stood out as being out of place, no matter where he's at.
I agree, and don't get me wrong. I think maybe I said what I was thinking wrong. Maybe Klapka, it's not that I don't like when he's on the first line when he gets a promotion or whatever. Like it's fine, but I think that if you are on a competitive team, like if the Flames in 3, 4, 5, 6 years are a really competitive team and Klapka is still on the team, I think
Mm.
he's best fit as a third liner. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, if Klapka ends up in a position where he's on the first line for a stretch of games, in my opinion, that means the Flames are not in a good spot, right?
Hmm.
That's coach trying to mix it up and create something. Like obviously he's not a top six player. I mean, I get that for sure.
Given he was on the first line for what was it like? I want to say about 7 games or something like that last season, maybe a little
Yeah,
bit less with Kadri, and he played really well. Right? I don't think I don't think that's a
yeah,
recipe for success in the long
right.
run, but knowing that he can do that if you ask him to is important.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, having a player that can slot into most situations and not look out of place, I think is super important for the team, right?
Hmm.
If you can, even if you're having some struggles and you slot him in for 3 games to get something going, and he doesn't, he's not the reason Flames are losing, he's not making any glaring mistakes or like I don't think he was really making many mistakes at all when he was given that opportunity last year.
Yeah,
But but he's definitely more suited for a bottom six role, just from his I don't know, from his skill set, I guess, and his style of play as well. I don't think really is slated for the top six.
yeah,
If I see him on the second line for 10 games, I'm not going to be upset about it.
yeah.
But you're right,
If
he's
there's an
he's a
injury
third
or
liner.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
But I mean, I think it's important for the Flames to have utility style players like that can slot into different roles and still be effective.
I think that's one of the problems with the team, though. Like, I think we have Klapka, we have Sari, we have Coleman, we have how many guys do we have that can Farabee, Frost? We have guys that can play on the third line, play on the second line, play on the first line if you absolutely fucking need them to. But we don't have enough guys that are first liners.
Yeah, bona fide
Fact, we just
first
don't have
liners. Yeah, yeah.
that.
I mean, we don't have any bona fide first liners.
Yeah.
And that's. I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even consider putting Farabee on the first line myself, but I don't think that's.
Been on the first line many games this season. It's just
I
don't
know.
get it.
I know he has, and I in no world am I putting him on the first line if I'm coaching. But then again, I don't think he's really that good of a hockey player. So
I don't either. I think Farabee's biggest positive quality is that he tries hard.
for sure, yeah, you can't
He is
fault his effort.
always mucking it up. He's always trying. He's just not super effective at succeeding in what he's trying to do.
Way to use your words carefully.
With that,
I said, way to use your words carefully.
yeah, sometimes, not very often, but sometimes. Klapka has 3
Yeah.
more goals and 2
Isn't
more
that-
points than Farabee from 1 less game over the last 2 seasons. That says a lot.
There it is.
Something Derek Wills always says that drives me absolutely nuts is he talks a lot about PDO. I don't know how many people around here even know what that is, but basically it's a luck stat. It's a way that they calculate luck, which is however the fuck you do that. But apparently Farabee has had the worst PDO in the league all season last season, and the worst PDO in the league for the first 10 games of the season. To me, if you have bad luck for a season plus, it's not bad luck, it's bad player.
Right. It's just yeah. It's coaching, Darren. Come on, it's coaching.
That too.
But like I said, Farabee's perfectly serviceable again in a bottom 6 role. I like his effort. He's not afraid to take a hit and get gritty and dirty for his team. So I'll give him that. But yeah, he needs to not be in the top 6.
I think the ideal spot for Farabee, you might disagree with me, but the ideal spot for Farabee would be you move Coleman and you plug him in beside Backlund.
How do you split up 11 and 20?
No,
Like,
you
honestly.
trade 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I
And
thought when you said move, like you move them up to like the third or the second or the first line. I'm like, calm down.
No, you don't move. You don't split those 2 guys up unless you're trading one of them.
Do you think we could package the 2 of them together because they're a pair?
Backlund and Coleman.
Any contender is going to want to have 20 and 11 on their penalty kill unit.
I
Obviously.
agree with that sentiment, but I do not agree. I don't think Backlund's going anywhere. He's just been extended.
I don't either.
Coleman, I
only
don't. I think again, I have a hard time seeing Conroy trade anybody who's not expiring, and Coleman has another year left after this. But I think there's an off chance Coleman can get moved, and I think it would probably be best for the team. You split those minutes up, give Hanzek more PK time, give the Zaries and guys like that a little bit more time, maybe with Backlund. Gradin, maybe you could bring a Gradin or a Aaron's up and plug them in with Backlund too.
I
Congratulations
like
to Jan Kuznetsov for getting his first point.
Attaboy.
I believe it's
Attaboy.
only his second game. And I've actually thought he's played pretty well.
Yeah, he's actually been good. He's definitely been good. No, he's had a strong game.
Yeah. You know who's really struggling, and it's weird to say because we're up 4-1, but I think Joel Hanley has really, really struggled this game. He's not looked good. He's had a
No,
few
he hasn't.
pretty bad miscues. Got lost with the puck a couple times, as in like he couldn't find where the puck was when he should have had it.
Mhm.
Made a couple of kind of he's screened the goalie more than he's helped the goalie. I find, but
Yeah, and
like I
he
said,
was
he's back to playing like a waiver claim this year.
he's been completely undressed twice on a couple of different plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monahan boxing out Anderson.
That is not very hard to do these days.
No. I mean, he did it without much effort, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's go Flames. Wolf having a pretty strong game too, knock on wood. That one goal he let in was fairly weak, honestly. It was a semi breakaway, but also I think it was a little weak. He could have probably read that a little better, but he still let in 1 on 19 shots, and he's had, I'd say, about 5 or 6 like really, really high danger level opportunities against him that he's stopped. So
For sure. And of course, you and I have a different calculation for what's a high danger chance than say like a Pat Steinberg, because I'm pretty sure Pat probably has Columbus sitting at 11 high danger right now,
yeah, I don't know.
if not
It's hard
13.
to say. It's for me, it's by eye, not by
Right.
like. A lot of people think a high danger opportunity is just shoveling the puck at a goalie when the goalie's not. When the goalie's essentially got it. Uh-oh, Monahan looks hurt.
Yeah, that happened during that play with Anderson.
Oh, 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 the ribs or the nuts, one of the two, or maybe the
Ribs it in
hand. Some part
it. He's hurt in the body area somewhere between his head and his toe.
in the upper or lower body area,
Yes.
maybe even the midsection.
It didn't look like that section. It could be upper or potentially lower.
Yeah.
Certainly not mid.
I'm hoping I have a Anderson jersey sitting right there. For many years, he was my favorite defenseman on the team. He's been pretty awful for about 2.5 years. Um, I don't know what the price is going to be, what it's going to take to get Conroy to trade him, but I'm getting pretty close to the point where the getting a huge return isn't the point anymore. I think that getting a huge return isn't the point because it's time for Kuznetsov and Turek and Kristevich and those guys to get solid everyday minutes.
Agreed.
And Anderson isn't good enough to hold on to limit other guys' time, in my opinion. Funny detail says, "Hey, Chris."
Obviously, without an actual name. I don't know who that is, but hey. Hey, funny details. Sup? What's the over or under whether Monahan finishes his game now?
I don't know what it is, but I'm going with the under.
Come on. Come on. He'll finish. He's a gamer. Monahan doesn't miss time.
It's Mandy's husband, Steve.
Oh, cool. Nice. Yes. So Mandy / Amanda is my cousin.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, welcome
Hey
in.
Steve, how you doing, buddy?
That's
Welcome
pretty
in for
funny
sure.
detail.
That is right.
That was. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. You just lost a bunch of
Yeah.
viewers.
Well, it's what happens when somebody that isn't a father tries to make a dad joke. It's inevitable, right?
Oh, Kadri. He
Oh,
scored a
Kadri,
goal.
right? You've had your goal. Get off the ice. Yeah, see, there he took it. Took the advice. He's out of here. Good.
That was fucking awful.
Come on.
There's, like, you don't
Look at
have to
Honzek.
pretend like
Honzek's
you're
a fucking
fucking
stud.
Mario. You're not. The goalie there thought he had the puck in his
Yeah.
glove.
Honzek's going to turn into a really good power forward. I got this feeling.
Do you?
He's
Well, do you remember when he was drafted? Who people were uh, comparing him to?
no, I don't remember who they were comparing him to exactly.
Mikko Rantanen.
Was it Renton? Really?
I'd
Alright.
take it. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go.
I'm like,
Say he is going to be Rantanen, but I'd certainly take it if he's like even half of that.
yeah, right.
But it's going to be another couple years until he really figures it out. I think.
Yeah.
He's been good, man. The points are going to come. It's like I said, that part's probably going to take a couple years, but I think he's figured out how to be an NHLer, and that's one of the biggest walls that a lot of guys don't figure out.
Yeah, once he figures that out, right, which he clearly has, then he can work on strength and stuff like that and really become a force out there. And I honestly think he's gonna do it. Like he looks like he's enjoying his time right now and that to me just screams that he's figured it out and wants to continue going in that direction.
Yeah. I don't know if you just saw what I saw. I was about to say, "Oh wow, Anderson just made a really smart pinch and then retreated right back to
Yeah.
his defensive spot," which he did, and then he
Yeah.
proceeded to drive the net without the puck.
Right. And then the puck ended up in our zone. Yeah. Yeah, he did jump up there and just, he just hacked at it to get the puck back into the corner, or I mean, it ended up on the stick of one of our guys, but the fact that he did that and went immediately back to the line is a good sign.
Yeah.
For greatness. It's a good sign for things to come. Come on, Lomberg, start throwing your hand around.
Hanley is playing so iffy today that he just smacked Wolf on the head with his stick twice.
Who did?
Hanley.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that was Hanley. I'll have to see it again, but I'm pretty sure. Hey, look at Kadri try and be a fucking superhero. I don't get it.
Calm down. It's his 1000th game. It's Kadri night. You're not allowed to be so negative on Kadri night.
It's just hard not to be. Honzek legitimately looks like a 6'5" fucking 14-year-old.
Right. That was thanks, Steve. That was a fun episode. Ken Wilson's got some really good insight. Obviously, he's around things, so he knows what he's talking about. It was a cool episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get him on again. I talk with both him and Mike Gold quite often. Hasn't lined up again for either of them, but I'm hoping to make it line up again.
I mean, Mike Gould. I mean, he's reaching elite status, in the Flames media world. So I don't know if we're ever going to get Mike on. I don't think we can afford it. I think it'll be too costly. You'll have to get a second and or third job just to get him on for one episode, Dylan.
Mike?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I think Mike just enjoys.
He just enjoys talking hockey. Yeah. Yeah. And he actually has a lot of really good insight. I do like his opinion on the Flames for sure.
Yeah.
Well, him and Kent as well, obviously, but yeah, didn't they just start up a new show for the Flames Nation or whatever?
Well, they're doing Afterburner. Mike does Afterburner all the time. Kent does it every so often, but that's a show that's been going on for a couple of years now. Just after the
but I saw
there's
Mike
one
on a
that they've done like
show.
2 or 3 episodes of. I don't know if it's supposed to be a regular thing, but they've done like 2 or 3 episodes of Backburner, I think it's called.
Yeah, that sounds right. That might be it.
Yeah.
But
they've only done 2 or 3 episodes, so in the spirit of dad jokes, I'm gonna say they've seems like they put it on the back burner.
Fuck's sake, dude. Just I can't remember what my joke was that I said there a few episodes back there that really just kind of shut you up for like a full 20 minutes at the end of an episode because you wouldn't even talk to me afterwards. But that was reaching that territory. I'm not gonna lie. That was uncalled for. We don't need that kind of negativity. There it is. 2 periods are done. Flames are up 4-1.
Yeah.
With some beauty goals by Mr.
Matt
1000.
wants to do a guest appearance. More than happy to bring you on one day, buddy. We'll put up our email and give us an email.
The deal is you have to at least wear pants or have a camera that's above waist. I don't care which, but
yeah.
And then we can definitely have you on. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. You might have to pay us.
No worries.
We'll take it. We'll tell you the fucking network we used to be on certainly didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll pay you with all the money we made from the Hockey Podcast Network. I'm
going to take a bit of a break.
Okay. Sounds good. What what does Australia have for money? It's just they just have their own dollar, isn't it? There's no weird name on it. I'm not even sure what the exchange rate is right now. Might have to check to see. I mean, it may cost me a couple of grand. Who knows? Canadian, Euro. See. Oh no, we're good. We're close. We're close. Both of our dollar is useless. That's not good. The Aussie dollar, 100 Canadian is 108 in Aussie bucks. So, what are we thinking about the game so far? Obviously, we've had some good excitement. Flames look to be geared up to have their first back-to-back win of the season, which will be refreshing. It'll be nice. Kind of get the vibes going good again in the locker room and get these guys happy and playing well. If for nothing else, we got to get these players scoring some goals and upping their stock for some potential trades. You know, not that we really want to talk about trading Kadri on Kadri night, but you know, him scoring a goal and continuing in the upward direction, I think is going to be useful for his trade value. And I think potentially we're going to end up with some decent picks for next year and the year after between him, Anderson, and Coleman. Right? Yeah, I think let Kadri go win another cup, 100%. Right? When you get to that age, obviously he's already won one with Colorado, but why not go get another one? I'm all for it. We switch snow for desert, but I think we also switch seasons as well. I think like our summer is your winter, and vice versa. That's that's the biggest thing for me right now. That's one of the things I'm kind of worried about. If they, do start winning games and climb up in the standings to like say 20th overall or 18th overall, then I feel like he's going to be reluctant to pull the trigger on trades. And then we're just going to end up in the same mushy middle in the draft as we've been doing for the last 2-3 decades. And then we're just going to hinder the growth of this team, and then we'll end up squandering any chance of getting some high capital for what should be easy trade uh, capital that we have in Kadri and Anderson, and even like I said, Coleman right now, he doesn't fit in with the long term vision of the team. I love the player, but I think he would be desirable at the trade deadline. For anybody looking to make a final push for a playoff run, any contender, he's the exact thing that you want on your line, squaring up your third pairing, really good defensively, good on the penalty kill. You can put him on the power play on the second unit. Like, he's got a lot of uses, and I don't think he's worth a first or anything like that. But I mean, if we can get a second, or potentially make it a first if we take a contract back because we've got the space to do it to finish off the year, something like that. Like, who knows? I think he's going to be worth something. But yeah, I kind of do agree with you, Matt, that Conroy's kind of proven that he just doesn't have the stones anymore, and he's not making those calls and the decisions that the Flames need right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're still pretty early in the season. We still have like 3 months, 3.5 months before the deadline. So, I mean, there's a lot of hockey to be played between now and then. Though that McKenna draft pick sure intrigues me, but I feel like just with the luck that the Flames have had, and frankly, all of my teams that I cheer for, is we would probably fuck that up to end up last in the league and not even get the number one pick out of because of the lottery that they do for that draft pick. I think there'll be a one more time that the Flames get fucked over. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully not. As long as they continue to move forward and develop the young players, I think that's going to ultimately be the biggest win that the Flames can have right now. Get some players up from the AHL, give them a month or two of actual NHL minutes, and then let's see what the 26-27 season has in store for us. Because when we start off in the 27-28 season is when we should have the arena ready, and that's when we want to start looking like a bit of a contender, right? Not necessarily in contention mode, but at least a regular stay in the playoffs and things like that. I think is what we're probably going to be looking for. Yeah, you're right. The draft this year, or I guess next summer, does look like it's going to be pretty deep between 1 and 6, maybe 1 and 7. So I think we'll be in a position to draft a pretty reasonable player, but are they all going to be generational type talents? Is what McKenna's being projected as? Hard to say. Probably not, but I mean, it could be like a McDavid versus Eichel type thing too, right? I mean, even if you don't get McDavid, an Eichel type would be not a bad second place if you can get it. I would just like an Eichel type without the Eichel attitude. I don't know if that's available anywhere. So is everybody ready? We got Friday night hockey. We got Chicago in town, followed by Sunday, Minnesota on the road in St. Louis. Got a not a super tough, week coming up as far as hockey. Rounding that off with some San Jose, and then it gets a little tougher in Winnipeg. But I think the Flames have a chance to win a couple of games and start feeling better about themselves. I don't necessarily think they're going to climb out of the top 30 mark if given the chance. But I think at least we can potentially get the room feeling better and get them to start playing like a team again. Right, Dylan?
I just caught the tail end of that, but yeah, I mean, in general, it's tough to watch bad hockey, which is what the vast majority of the season has been. Like actually just terrible hockey. The Flames make both them and the other team boring, but if they can pull out of this, like I don't think they have the skill to actually come out and be a playoff team or even really close to it this season. But
Mhm.
I can't see them being as boring as they've been all season. Like even the past couple games have been a lot better. So
Well, they have, and you have to admit, watching this game so far through 40 minutes, it just feels better. You know what I mean? Like you see some light in some of the players that you want to see. Especially if you're having a year where you're going to end up being the bottom five, we'll say in the league, you at least want to see the players that you intend on trading succeed, so you can get better return for it. Plus, you also want to see your developing players take steps and improve through the season. And this game, I think, is a shining example of what could potentially be that, right?
yeah, I mean, you've got what Frost and Kadri and Klapka scoring, like you know.
Mhm. Right. No, but I mean,
But
I'm just
at the
talking
same
about
time, you saw
progression.
Coronado make a nice little play. You saw Kuznetsov get his first NHL points. You saw
That's what I'm talking about.
Wolf
Yeah,
playing strong, one of his better
yeah,
games this season. So yeah, I have the
yeah.
bad feeling that same bad feeling that Kadri's not going to get traded this year. Um, I don't think Conroy is making calls. I think Conroy is taking calls because he always does. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel like somebody's going to have to come to him and give him a deal that he can't say no to, but he's not going to go out and look.
Is this our buddy Veer?
Yeah. Hey, Veer, welcome. Been a
Look
while
here,
since we've seen you in here.
Mr. Ruback. Calm it down. Jesus Christ. I'm not that old. I don't deserve that. I mean,
Thanks
how
for
you doing,
joining.
buddy?
I'm curious how you feel, Veer, about Kadri. Do you think he's going to get traded? You think he should get traded? I've been through it myself before. Do I actually feel Conroy will and wants to build this team right away through the draft, or the right way through the draft? So the old four Flames get old and slow as he, or as long as ownership. Yeah, I agree. the thing is I think I think Conroy wants to rebuild. I'm not sure if ownership wants him to rebuild, but I think that Conroy also has an affinity for vets, and I don't mean in the fact that he. I don't know how to explain it. I just think that he respects them so much that he doesn't want to move them if they don't want to move. He doesn't want to move them when their contract has a clause in it. He doesn't want to. He's too buddy buddy and not business. I think. And that
Yeah.
was honestly, I don't know if you remember, Chris, but that was something I was saying when we first picked up Craig Conroy. Well, not when we first picked him up. Obviously, that was a really long fucking time ago. But when he first became the GM, when he first got that promotion, um, I think I used the term buddy buddy quite a few times
You,
in a few episodes around that time because
yeah.
that's the type of guy Conroy is. Right? He's just buddy buddy, and he's going to be everybody's friend, and he's trying his best to be everybody's friend. But is that good for a GM to to a point, but maybe not. When you need to do what's best for the team and not what's best for a player, I'm not sure if Conroy is the best.
Well, and that's where you find out where his allegiance is real quick, right?
Mhm.
And I mean, and I get it. Like he's always been, a man of the people when it comes to the players and the media and all that fun stuff. I get it, but his position is to make those decisions. Those, you know, some people call them tough decisions. I don't think it's that tough of a decision. Like you're supposed to be building a team,
Doing your job.
and like you're literally just doing your job at that point. Like it's not like a tough decision would be, should we trade Wolf? Even though I don't think that's a tough decision either, because no, you don't. But I
Yeah.
mean, those are tough decisions. But like, do you trade aging vets at ridiculously high contracts for too long of a term? If you have the opportunity, you're fucking right you do, and you don't
Absolutely.
waver on it. It's not a hard decision.
It would be a hard decision if Kadri was our 2C and we were projected to make the fucking conference final.
Right.
We're projected to be a bottom 10 team for multiple years. Why are we keeping a 35-year-old? Who's signed for
Yeah,
several more
exactly.
years, probably at peak value as far as trading is concerned.
Yeah, if we're sitting, 3 days before the deadline in second in the Pacific, then okay, then it becomes tough decisions. But obviously, then you're not trading because then you have to go for it. But I mean, the reality is, Flames have not made the playoffs since Huskers started coaching. Since all these changes have become, and so these decisions to me are pretty easy.
The 2021-2022 season was 4 years ago.
That's gross.
Yeah. Good to see us well and breathing. Sometimes I'm curious if it's good I am, but I appreciate that. Nice to see you in here, man. Love to see you get in here more often.
Breathing. I would say you're breathing. I don't know about well or
No, I'm not sure if it's a good thing that I am.
right.
Yeah, being self-deprecating. Anyways,
Good point.
the easy decision seems to be the tough one for whatever reason. Yeah, that's the thing with Conroy. I feel like the easy decision would be, I mean, you look at everything that fucking Elliot Friedman and Frank Saravallo, like they're all saying, the Flames don't really want to trade Kadri, but if they do, they will have a lot of suitors, and the trade offers will be great. And to me, that is a sign that you need to go make those phone calls and you need to negotiate and you need to get before Kadri becomes ineffective in another year or two. You got to go do that. But it seems to be the hard decision, like Veer is saying here. It seems to be the hard decision when it's not a hard decision. It should be an easy decision.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Anderson and Kadri are the two easiest decisions that Conroy's going to have to make this year.
Yeah.
All
Anderson
right.
shouldn't
I
even
know.
be that decision should already be made.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that decision should have been made before the season started.
Yeah.
I'm going to step out for a quick minute. I know the period's about to start. Let's go Flames.
All right. All right. Let's go puck drop. Starting out with the third line. That's always super exciting. At least Hansek's on it now. Think everybody thinks the Flames are going to hold on to this one. Veer. I hope they're going to find a way to lose this one. I kinda do too, a little bit. It's been a good game though. They had some really strong play. They really carried play throughout most of the first period. I found they kind of sucked for the first half of the second period, and then got better. But it's been one of the better games this year so far, and it's been definitely one of the top 2 or 3 most exciting games of the year. Ball going to the penalty box. Are you watching it all, Veer, or are you just in the YouTube stream here? Yeah, Kuznetsov. He hasn't looked out of place to me. He had a couple of really strong opportunities on net. He's not been out of position. He's not taken a penalty. I don't think. No, he hasn't. I've had absolutely no problem with Kuznetsov. I kind of wish he got more of an opportunity last year, as much as Solovyov was the better choice last year. Um, I'm happy he's up. I think he's going to get another one. He should, but at the same time, we also want to see Parekh play. So I can't see them playing both, right? Like it's a little frustrating. Like a Columbus power play here. Columbus up 22-20 on the shot clock, but I think Calgary's been the better team, honestly. And Wolf has been the much better goalie. Yeah, it would be nice if they played like at this point. Why not play Kuznetsov? I believe he's left-handed. Why not play him and Parekh together? Like we're last in the league, man. We win this game and we're still last in the league. What do we have to lose here? Why aren't we playing Parekh? Why like Kuznetsov should definitely get another game unless the third period goes sideways for him. I think he's deserved it. All right. Are we all thinking that the Blue Jackets are gonna come back, or are the Flames gonna hold on to this one? Okay. Well, thanks for joining, Veer. Ethical tank and still 30 seconds. What a ridiculous fucking narrative this ethical tank thing has been. I quite enjoy it, honestly. I don't know if anyone who's watching right now is seeing what the Blue Jackets are doing on the power play. Like they're not scoring, but this is something the Flames don't do on the power play often, which I wish they would. They as they get opportunities and as they pass around the perimeter, they all kind of close in. They don't just stay far away. They all kind of close the box in, and then that causes a lot more havoc and a lot, shorter passes. And yeah, I wish the Flames would do that. The Flames just kind of like passing around the outside and not closing in. I think that's kind of counterintuitive to the plan on the power play. Well, they killed it off. That's good to see. Wolf basically killed that one off. He what was that? It looks like 3 or 4 shots on that power play. A couple of pretty good ones. Good kill. Good kill, basically by Dustin Wolf there.
Well, they say your best penalty killer is your goaltender, so that makes sense.
Yeah, especially when a guy like Kevin Ball's in the penalty box.
Right. You need that reach. That was a weird play, right?
I was
You're
just
just
talking about the power play, Chris. Something the Flames don't do. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Jackets didn't score on it. As they were passing around the perimeter, they closed in slowly. The Flames just like they stay on the outside, right? They don't close in as they're passing. I think that's counterintuitive to the plan when it comes to perimeter passing on the power play. I think you're supposed to try and like as a unit move in closer, right? You like staying on the outside does fucking nothing.
yeah, Perek attempts to do that when he's he's on the power play. You do see that from him.
And he also tries to filter shots through and succeeds a lot too.
Mhm. Yeah.
Looks like Monahan might finish the game.
He's certainly looking that way, isn't he?
He's always worn that helmet visor really strangely. It's like completely ineffective.
Yeah, yeah. He likes to show his entire forehead.
It's kind of like if I were to go to work and wear my safety glasses on top of my hard hat.
Yeah, that's exactly what your safety guy does not want.
All right. Kind of hemmed in our own end a little bit. Huberdeau brings it out. Huberdeau and Coleman playing together. Must be a line change.
Hey, the people that are watching, I don't know if you know this or not, but our show is also on Amazon Music in the podcast section. So feel free to head over there and give it a follow if you want to. There and Spotify. We're in both areas at the moment.
Yeah. Make sure you follow us on YouTube too. It'd be nice to get a few more followers on YouTube. Don't like to harp on like and subscribe and all that type of stuff, but it does really help. Same with comments and stuff. So yeah, thanks for joining and thanks for staying in. Yeah, Wolf has been I wouldn't quite put it at standing on his head this game,
No.
but he's definitely been very good.
No, he's been steady for sure. You know, he had the one waiver on the one goal, but other than that, he's been pretty solid.
I mean, 1 goal on 31 shots. I'll take that.
Yeah. I really hope that the Jackets exit the zone here because I feel like if the Flames get it and end up scoring, it's going to get called back because of offside. But moot point
And
because
a
it's
couple
out
of those
now,
I
so that's
found
good.
this game actually.
Yeah.
Questionable linesman. Usually it's the refs you're upset with, but questionable linesman. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
that
the
could have been
first
ugly,
time
right?
Kuznetsov has looked a little shaky, but that was also a weird bounce off the stanchion, so can't really fault him for that. I've thought he's played pretty well this game.
I think he's been pretty solid. He's been anytime you can have a defender not really be noticeable, I think it's a good sign. Because generally, when defenders are noticeable, it's because they're making mistakes.
That kind of defender, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
keep
He's
the
not
lead
flashy.
now.
He's
Yes,
not.
let's do that.
Finally, they're protecting a lead for the right reason. Kind of go, boys.
Yeah,
Except for their. I mean, they're taking time off the clock, so I'll give them that. But we have been giving them far too much zone time, in my opinion. We should be able to utilize on some of this and just keep the play in this zone for a bit.
kill some
Or let them
time.
ice it.
I'd like to see Coronado plot a goal or two, man. He's been a little bit snake bitten. I mean,
Yes.
he's not played super well either, but well, not well at all, honestly. But maybe a couple goals can help Matt Coronado get back on track here because I've noticed. I don't know if you've noticed, but a couple times this game he's kind of had. He's almost weak on his feet this year a little bit. Like he gets knocked over a lot easier than he was getting knocked over last year, and it's causing some pretty iffy turnovers.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, that's always been one of his strong suits is his skating ability, right? He doesn't look
Yeah.
nearly as fast as he did last year. And he definitely, you're right, he does not look stable at all.
You know, maybe he needs to spend another summer with Daniel Fujita and hopefully Zane Perek as well, because both of those guys need some work on their speed.
Yeah. I think it's a good sign when you have Kuznetsov being paired up with Bahal, right? They're both like neither one of them are flashy offensively, but I think given Paul is the guy that kind of has been rotating in and out of the lineup for the entire season. But to
Yeah,
feel comfortable with the two of them together, I think is a good sign for Kuznetsov, right? I think that means that
especially against
he
a team that's high flying offensively. Generally,
yeah.
Columbus has some really good skilled young forwards, and
Mhm.
Zach Werenski is a really good offensive defenseman. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
However, we're getting outshot by 10 now. So
Well, I mean, as you're a Flames fan, I don't take a lot of stock in what shots on goal are. I mean, how many times have we seen us outscore them, 45-22 and lose 3-0? You know what I mean? Like if your defensive
yeah,
game is strong and you're keeping things to the perimeter, which clearly they didn't start off the second that way, but the shots on goal thing, that's to me that's not a tell all. I mean, it does show that the play is in one end more than the other for sure, but I don't as long as we can keep them to perimeter shots and allow them to just shoot at Wolf's crest, then I think we'll be okay.
I don't think they have though. I think they're not really keeping it to the perimeter. There's been some perimeter shots, but there's been a lot, quite a few pretty in tight opportunities where Wolves had to get back to make a second or third save.
Mhm.
But he's been doing it, and the Flames gave him a lead, and he's doing his part now. The Flames have done their part, now he's doing his part. They should just
Yeah.
probably defend a little bit better now.
Yeah,
that
exactly. Yeah, let's get the play between the neutral and our offensive zone and
Yeah.
run out the clock here. I don't have volume on my game here. What were they just doing there where the crowd was saluting somebody? Are they just acknowledging Kadri's family or
I'm not sure. I was listening to you. My game volume is quite low.
yeah. Shots this period 11-1 for Columbus.
Yeah.
Which is exactly how the first 7 minutes went of the second as well, right?
Yeah. Is this a
All right,
penalty?
now we get to see the high flying offense of the Calgary Flames power play.
That's
I guess we'll take that call. That was pretty weak.
that's a hilarious joke you just made there, Chris. All right.
The Calgary Flames power play.
Which one was? Oh, it was the on ball there. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That was kind of a weak call.
it was a weak call, especially because he had already. What the fuck are we? God damn it! I hate that pass back. All right, Matt. Oof. I think that entire play was just saved by Huberdeau. Jesus
Oh my god!
Christ!
I'm a couple seconds behind you. That was fucking miserable.
Just what a friggin' mess.
But yeah, the pass back, like it is okay to just skate forward with the puck. You don't have to fucking pass it
It's
back like there's more than one fucking way to enter the zone.
and oddly enough, the only reason why we've had any sort of sustainable zone time right now is because Coronado just took the puck all the way up the ice.
Yeah.
Like just do that. And have everybody also skating forward. So is that when you get into the zone, you have momentum in the proper direction.
Yeah. Well, the power play is kind of somewhat I know the first 20 seconds of it was pretty piss poor, but as Matt
Mhm.
said, horrible start to the PP. But the last few seconds have looked pretty decent. Hopefully they continue because some pretty decent puck movement and a couple of shots, a second opportunity. You know, that's all you can really ask for, other than a goal.
You can't ask for a goal. Yes. All right. Who's Anderson going to drop it back to? It's all right. Here we go. All right. Sharon Govich. And then the puck dies. Okay. Good try, guys. Let's try it again. All right. This time drop it back to Sharon Govich. All right. There, see? I called it. And then the puck dies. And back in her zone. Good job,
You're
guys.
probably about 5 seconds ahead of me. You're calling it's like you're psychic.
Right, I am. I mean, you don't have to even be psychic to know what the fuck's about to happen. That's the
No,
issue.
100%. 3 seconds left on the power play. Are they going to pass it back again? No. Oh, dump it in. Okay, that works.
Yeah. Offside. Yeah, that's just.
And
I
there's
don't
got
know.
to be a better thing to do. Well, I wanted to shout out someone I don't know if any of you guys have jersey work in Calgary to do. We have, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of places that like to take stitches out of jerseys if you're having if you want to get your nameplate or your numbers changed or whatever. But there's a guy on Reddit called Rick in YYC. He does a lot of jerseys. He takes nameplates off. I told him I'd shout him out because he took my Dubé off, and he's putting or he dropped it off at another place to get Hanzek put on it. I've been waiting for a while to get that done now, but yeah, it's definitely wanted to shout him out. He sent me a picture of the jersey he took the stitches out of, and it looks super professional, and it's cheap. And yeah, if you ever want to get a hold of him and you don't know how, let me know if you need any of that type of work done.
I thought maybe you're finally taking the Neil off your jersey.
And Neil?
Yeah. So not
I
Neil.
mean, I'm not taking Neil off the Neil jersey I have, no, because it's a Golden Knights jersey and it's signed by him, and it has first
Worthless.
goal in Golden Knights history inscribed on it. So no, I'm not going to get that one.
Was the goal scored off his ass?
I
The
have no
deflection.
idea. I can't remember. He was awful for Calgary, but he was not bad for the Golden Knights, and he was quite a good player for the Preds and the Stars.
Well, I mean, he was clearly, the one of the top free agents of that season when we signed him, right? Like, you can't fault Brad for that. So,
We needed a scoring right winger who produced in the playoffs. We got a scoring right winger who produced in the playoffs, who just stopped producing the second he got to Calgary.
yeah, it was really bizarre. Who was coaching at that time? Was that Hartley or Gullipson?
Neil would have been the
It would have.
first year of Sutter and the last year of Ward, I think. Maybe a couple years of Ward and a year of Sutter, something like that, I think. It could be off, though.
That didn't seem right. Let me check.
Like the half year that Sutter did. The first half year Sutter did. $33 to 24 shots. Flames are not getting any sustained time. You gotta I get it's a 3-goal lead, but I don't like sitting on leads. The best way to sit on a lead or to keep a lead is to play in the other zone.
It's the most effective for sure. It's the easiest way to defend a lead.
Yeah.
God, you're right.
My
18.
God, Marchenko's so good, man. I've been consistently impressed by Marchenko pretty much every time I've watched him play.
All right.
Oh, who's that?
Yeah, it was the 18-19 season that the great James Neal came to Calgary.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I had that like 3 years or 2 years before that.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, I mean, he got him in the face for sure, but that slash was not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that being a 4-on-4. Not overly upset.
Yeah,
That's good officiating, honestly, I think, on that one.
yeah, I'm okay with them both being penalties. I also would have been okay for neither one of them being a penalty. But I feel like if you're going to call one, you have to have called the other.
Yeah. I don't know. That slash was not good.
Yeah, but I mean, how many of those do we see a game? I mean, it was, slightly more aggressive than your everyday.
You see that lightly several times a game, but you don't see that as hard as it was several times a game, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
But either way, 4-on-4, that's okay. Not overly upset by
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Now, if we can do some 4-on-4 on the other end of the ice, that'd be sweet too.
Or if we could just do any strength at the other side of the ice would be good. Just like
Let's
a
do
minute or
strength.
two here.
Hey, Flames, let's do some strength in the offensive zone. Let's try that,
Get Honzik out there.
right? Yeah, this 11-22 duo just isn't cutting it. But Kuznetsov with Ball, that's an interesting combo.
Huh. I didn't notice that. That was right off the face-off, too.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't mind that actually. I think that could be a
Decent
suitable
shutdown
pairing
there.
for when we ship off number 4.
Yeah, I was going to say it's because Anderson's in the box, so that does make sense. But I do like that. And the coach seems to agree with us that Kuznetsov has had a pretty decent game because otherwise it would be Hall or someone else on that line.
Speaking of Ball, that was a nice stick. That's what I like to see. God damn it, Huberto. One of his rare blunders.
That was a nice.
Not re-
Are you just talking about him losing control and exiting the zone?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, like I said earlier, I think Huberto has probably been the only player who hasn't had a game or multiple games or almost every game that has been bad. Like him and probably Coleman. All the other players have had at least one, if not multiple, like just awful games.
Yeah, I think last year, maybe a month into the season, is when it really seemed to start clicking with Huberto and his new style of play, we'll say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's been a welcome addition. I do like watching him be defensively responsible. I mean, he was always on his way back into the zone and trying, but he just seems way more capable this year and last year as well.
Who was it we were talking about? Oh, Farabee, who tries really hard but isn't effective at finishing what he starts or what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Huberto was like that for his first couple years in Calgary, but now he's actually finishing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Dustin Cooley. Did you hear that too? Oh, you didn't hear that, obviously, because your
And
sound's not on. But
Dustin Cooley,
what's his
who
face
said
there?
that?
John Abbott said the puck went off Dustin Cooley on the bench. There
I'm
one of the
not
few who
sold.
can carry the puck into the zone. I think the addition of Frost really helped with that. I think Frost is good at carrying the puck into the zone. I think Kadri likes to think he's good at it, but he really isn't. But no, I agree. When Zary is moving his feet, which he's had a hard time with this season for some reason, I'm curious if those knee injuries are longer term. Maybe he has to change something about his game. But no, when he's moving his feet and carrying it into the zone and protecting the puck, he's legitimately dynamic. There was a play a few games ago where I can't remember who scored the goal, but he got the puck into the zone by carrying it, and then squeezed by two different players and got the puck to one of his teammates scored. And that's the type of thing you want to see from him because that's what he is most effective at and what he's really good at. And it's what everybody likes to see him do. The problem is he's
Mhm.
not moving his feet enough this year to do that on a consistent basis. Whereas a couple of years ago, he was doing it multiple times every game.
Yeah, 2 years ago when he was playing with Pospisil and Kadri, um, he was really good. Like, and that was the year that you really kind of fell in love with the player, so to speak, and
Yeah,
really started hyping him big, and rightfully so. Like he looked really good that year. Last year, he had ups and downs, right? He was, but then of course he was sidelined with a couple of injuries, and so
gruesome.
it was a tough season for him for sure. But
And I thought
I
he was
haven't
really
been
good
super
when he
happy with this.
started that too. Like when he started
Yeah.
last year, he was really good, and then the first
Mhm.
injury ruined him, and then the second injury ruined him more, and now he's just kind of
Yeah.
having a hard time with moving his feet.
Yeah.
But he's still one of my favorite players on the team. I would like to see him get more of an opportunity and some more consistent line mates.
See that block from Hanzak?
Oh,
He felt that.
what? Yeah, yeah, man. A good block by Anderson, which he's actually really good at blocking pucks. I'll give him that. Like even though his defense, it's weird because his defensive positioning can be so off, but then you'll read his stat line and it'll have like 5 or 6 shot blocks.
Mm.
Um, but there was a good block by him, and then there was a good block by Hanzek, and then Wolf read the play pretty good and got over to make the save.
Yeah. As the conversation goes, right? The players that are really good at blocking the shots are only good at blocking the shots because the puck's always in their zone. Those are the ones that are always leading the stat, right? If
Yeah,
they were better at getting the puck out, they wouldn't need to block so many shots. Though we appreciate when they do.
yeah. That was the whole Chris Russell situation.
Right.
But it's also the guys who start in the defensive zone, right? Like they might be stuck in there, but they're also starting there, so they just have more of an opportunity to get those blocks, like Tanev and Russell, right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, right? They get tougher starts than other players. And that's one of the shitty things about being a defender in your own zone where you're taking so many of defensives face-offs is you're on the defense, you have zero chance to start the play with the face-off, right? You're reliant on other guys, and you just hope that the coach is putting somebody out there that's at least 50%, right? As far as
Yeah.
taking draws. And so you have at
Unfortunately,
least
we
a
don't have
chance
many of
to
those.
no, exactly. And so you end up with inflated stats because say you're losing 54% of the face-offs for the night, and so you're in a situation where you're needing to block more shots.
Yeah.
But those players that are able to do it and they're effective at it, they're going to get those starts, and so that's just the way it is, right?
Absolutely.
You either become really good at putting the puck in the net, or you become really good at trying to keep it out of your own.
And Wolf,
Jesus.
I think it's getting to the stand on your head point now. He's been fucking good, man.
Yeah, he's had a really strong second half of this game for sure. Well, last
Yeah.
two periods. I mean, who am I kidding? Like he's been really good since he let in the one goal.
Yeah.
Like clearly, right? I mean, and this period has been a lot of grade A chances.
Wolf was trying for
by
the empty
Columbus.
netter there.
Yeah.
Do you like when goalies try and do that?
I don't. It's fine. And the only downside is, and they bring it on themselves, right? Is you miss the net, it's coming all the way back, and you're
Yeah.
going to be in a fury again. So I don't think it's wise for the goalie to do that. I mean, give it to your teammates, let them get it out. Let
Or
let
freeze
there
it.
potentially be, or freeze it. I'd rather waste some time at the other end of the ice. So
Yeah. Flames don't have an empty net goal this season, I don't think. Up to 43 shots for
yeah,
the Jackets. Yep. I would
no, I
laugh
wouldn't say they
so
have
hard if, after Wolf said, "I can't score goals." That would have been
Mhm.
fucking hilarious.
It would make sense that the Flames don't have any empty net goals, being so this potentially might be their third win of the season. Right?
Yeah. Holy smokes, he's 77 or 977 for the wow. Pretty good.
Not a bad game.
Yeah. Wolf has been fucking good. 85 to 43 shot attempts.
There it is. There's your empty netter. It's the captain. He's the captain. The captain is the Backlund.
That was an interesting way to get an empty netter, eh?
Yeah, it was.
Did he even
Yeah,
shoot it or did he just swat it over that way?
it was just get it out. Don't let it come into our zone. And thank you very much.
I get the feeling like Huberdeau and Backlund have become pretty good friends. I've just noticed kind of more of a camaraderie between them the past 2 years or so. Year
Yeah,
and a half, maybe. They do have a empty net goal now, which is good to see.
there you go. They've accomplished everything they need to do this season. I feel like Backlund and Huberdeau would be a natural friendship, to be honest, right? Yeah. Both are English as a second language.
Soft
They're
spoken.
both soft spoken. In the later years of their career, I just think that they could potentially become decent friends. Really, and I feel like it'd be an easy one for them.
Indeed. Oh, that's
So
game. 5-1
there,
Flames. Good game to do this for. Actually got a
new
little bit of
game heater.
excitement going on. Flames scored some goals. Wolf stood on his head. I'm going to go with stood on his head.
You're always
Yeah.
exaggerating. Always exaggerating. That's okay. No, it was a good game by the Flames. It was a solid 30 minutes of good effort.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we spent approximately 10 minutes of the second and the third just watching the Blue Jackets shell us relentlessly
Yeah.
while Wolf kept us in the game. So
Uh, well,
uh,
he did, and he played well. Good first game of the season, second game ever for Kuznetsov. Um, First point for him. Lots of kids, I guess, in the hallway today. That's weird.
Yeah. It was
We
So,
learned that
yeah,
Cooley's first name is in fact Dustin today as well.
correct. So if you're gonna put a bunch of smaller kids before the door coming off the ice, let's not put Ball as the first guy off the ice.
And also the skates. Watch the skates.
Right. Just skates. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
thanks, Matt. And no, please comment every thought that comes into your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bonzek, that's third
that's
star. I
how
like
I
that.
run.
That's a good choice.
That's how I run my day. Is stuff just comes right into my head and out of my mouth, and then I think about it. Sometimes I apologize for it. Most times I don't.
Yeah. Kadri might. I just noticed he's got his fingers all wrapped up. I wonder if he's got a broken finger.
Could be. Maybe he was ready to fight. Maybe that's what it was. He was. What
If
do
this
you got?
wasn't
You got a
Game
goal.
1000, Wolf would have been the first star for sure, but he's second star. So it'll be Kadri first, Wolf second, Honzek third.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining. Make sure you like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Check us out on our link tree, which you can find on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page. It'll have links to the Spotify and the Amazon accounts as well, so you can go ahead and subscribe on there and listen to our full episodes on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good game, fun
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Thanks for joining.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in for the live. Calgary Flames coming up ahead after their first official 2-game winning streak of the 25-26 season. It was a lot of fun, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Go Flames.